Hi guys, last we saw how to set up the struts in the environment. Now next we have to understand what is the struts2 life cycle and what are the component of the struts2. Okay, it's very interesting. The next, so look at this one, the component of struts 2.0. We are having first of all action. What is action? Action, it's not like you are just extending some of the API, implementing and overriding some of the methods. It's just a POSO class here. What are the functions you want to do here? Do it here. Interceptor is your like filter dispatcher that is inbuilt with your struts. You need not to do anything. So always request will come to this guy. So all the request will go to the filter dispatcher and this will intercept your request and it will use some interceptor and in turn it will go to the action. There's a concept we are having value stack and OGNL. What is OGNL? It is just object graph navigation language. Okay. What exactly it is? It is a expression language. Expression. Okay. So expression language that is inherited from the web work. Okay, I said no, there's a one framework web work from the Symfony and we are having a struts 1.2, so both has been combined and so we are having OGNL expression language, that is OGNL, which is inherited from the web work. Okay, next is the results and result type and view technology. So view always could be the sum of the JSP FreeMaker, right? FreeMaker, velocity. Now results is what? Like results could be rendered by different types, like could be the velocity result, could be the HTTP result, okay, could be the FreeMaker result. So there's a different type of result is possible here. So only we will roaming around this component in struts2. Okay. Next, request life cycle in struts2. So based on the above that we have seen the lot of diagrams and all, you can easily understand the life cycle. But once again in details, look at here. User sends a request to the server for requesting for some resources, right? The filter dispatcher look at the request and determines the appropriate action. Configure interceptors functionalities apply such as validations, file upload, etc. So that interceptor will just do some validation on that part. Selected action is executed to perform the request operation. Okay, so that action will do some operations. Okay, if you can see here that I said when the request will come and through action mapper, okay, it will look here the action for that particular request and that action will do some call some interceptor, configured interceptor, do some validations on that part, right? Now this action will execute it. Once the action is get executed, the result will be rendered. Okay, and that result may be in this kind of technology. and finally after intercepting the result again, that will go back to the your client. So response will be rendered to the browser. Okay, now selected action is required to perform the requested operations. Again, configured interceptors are applied to do any post processing if required, right? So interceptor does what? It does the pre-processing and post-processing. So you have seen that clearly on the request and response has been intercepted, right? So request is coming before doing some action. What is happening here? Interceptor is doing some job, right? And after generating the result, again interceptor is doing some job. So this is the post processing and this is the pre-processing here. Okay. Now it will go back to the after post processing, it will go back to the client. The result will be rendered to the browser. Okay. So this is what I can say post processing. Okay. Now finally the result is prepared by the view and returns to the result to the user. So user will get the page. So this is the normal flow of struts 2. Okay. So that's all about the life cycle of struts. Next we have to see struts 2 application development and deployment. How we can develop one struts application and how we can deploy on the server. So these two things will be covered in the next chapter, I mean next session. So that's all about struts 2 life cycle.